Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2011 Hall of Fame induction ceremony for the University of Indianapolis. Our next inductee is Terry Wetherald. Terry was a standout player and coach at the University of Indianapolis, then Indiana Central College. As a student athlete, Terry lettered in football in 1958 to 59. He started his coaching career as a student assistant football coach for the Greyhounds for 2 years and became an assistant coach in 1962. After his time at Indiana Central, Terry went to coach at North Vernon High School, later called Jennings County High School, from 1963 to 69. While there, he was an assistant football coach for 5 years and head coach for 1, assistant track coach for 4 years, and head coach for 2, and started the wrestling program where he was head coach for 5 years. After his tenure at North Vernon, Terry went to Pike High School and became head wrestling and assistant football coach from 1969 to 70. In 1970, Terry went back to his alma mater to coach the Greyhounds in football, tennis, and wrestling. He served the football team as an assistant coach for 13 years, with the 1975 team qualifying for the Division D3 playoffs. During his 6 years as a tennis coach, Terry guided the Hounds to a 1979 GLVC championship and was named Coach of the Year. Terry was valuable for both football and tennis, but is best known for his 31 years as a head wrestling coach. Over 3 decades, he mentored 19 All-Americans, many national qualifiers, and compiled a record of 225, 118, and 4. Outside of coaching, Terry served as an assistant commissioner for wrestling in the White River State Games and was on the executive committee for the Indianapolis Scarborough Peace Games. A high school football official for 25 years, he has worked the chain crew for the Indianapolis Colts since 1984. Terry has garnered many awards, which include Greyhounds Club Wrestling Coach of the Year in 1982 and 93, Wrestling Coach of the Year 2 times, Conference Coach of the Year 4 times, and is a member of the Indiana Wrestling Coaches Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Terry Wetherald, the 2011 University of Indianapolis Hall of Fame inductee.
Prepared for a short joke, Matt. Let me down. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Mr. Bodo. Master of the obvious, right there. Congratulations to all the inductees. And Ralph, I'm glad to see that your hair went the same way mine did. You're showing it. And Susie, thank you for really beautifying the group. I really want to thank the committee and everyone that is responsible for this. I'm not sure what happened to you, but I'm sure that Coach Block, his loud mouth, had something to do with it. He was a real prod. And actually, tonight, I feel about 10 feet tall. May not look it, but I feel it. This is a great honor to come from this university. But the thing about it is, you've got to realize that I'm going to be accepting this, and I am accepting this for every one of the athletes that allowed me to coach them. And I'm going to let you know why I went into coaching. This has to be for coaching. It can't be for my athletic prowess. My coaching began in high school. Every Monday, the coach would come up with a scouting report. Say, Terry, get 10 guys who will win one of these plays. Okay? So we go in and we practice, and we'd have our scrimmage, and we'd have our game on Wednesday and Thursday. And I'm learning. That's the first time I learned the split team. I didn't know. We were in the Notre Dame box and single wing in high school. You kids don't know what that is. They call that polecat or something. I don't know what they call it. Shotgun. But anyway, so this wasn't too bad, and I had my experience that way. Going to the Marine Corps to gain maturity was only like 2 years. I probably should have stayed 4 more. Came back to Indiana Central, get started. And that was Jim Wallace's fault because he was the only coach to talk to me in high school about attending a school. So I remembered that. Get out of college, out of the Marines, and here I come. Bought the football. Yes, I'm going to be a football player. made a big mistake. I mentioned I played quarterback. We had all sorts of curricula, we had all sorts of quarterbacks, running backs, everything. Great, great athletes. Sure enough, getting ready for that first game, here comes Jay Wendell. Comes up and says, hey, Wetherald. Jay likes to stand a little bit when he gets excited. Yeah, Coach, what do you need? Get 10 guys and go and win these plays. Okay, well, I did that for many years, and led right up to get to be a student assistant, and then finally ending up being a coach. But the whole thing with this university is that I look out here, and this is pretty scary being up here right now, quite frankly, because I see all the faces out here, the success that is just blooming from the group. I used to walk by that hallway with all the Hall of Fame members every day on the way to practice, and I now feel like I'm part of it. It's really humble. But it feels good, too. I'm going to let you believe otherwise. To all of the football players that I had the opportunity to coach, to all the tennis players that I had the opportunity to coach, and especially to all my wrestlers. Bless their hearts, and love you all. Now I'm not dead. Some of the people, other people I have to thank. You've heard their names, so you know that they're important people. Every athletic director that's ever had to put up with me, I thank them from the bottom of my heart. George Groskopf over here at Pike, he had to put up with me. Didn't you, George? In fact, I think you were questioning one of those things on the prerequisites to be a Hall of Fame member, something about character. He was questioning that. He came over and pointed that out. And then, of course, Angus Nixon. Nick, everybody said it, but it was through Nick that I got the opportunity to do everything that I had to do. He'd even lined up summer jobs for us. And it would be, I worked at the International Orchestra for 2 summers in the Foundry. You go into the interview, and they look down, they go, oh, in Central, yeah, Nick's already come. You start Monday. Oh, well, okay. The first teaching job that I received, Nick had already been called. And it was Nick that helped push to get me back here to the university. Bill Wright, bless his heart. He made me work, and I finally passed that statistics course. Oh, I think I got a C minus. But I want you to know, by the time I got to my graduate course and took the same thing, I got a B plus because we don't do it. And as athletic director, Bill helped me out a lot as well. And then I moved along to one of my own students who became my boss. Bless her heart. They all had their hands full, but they all did a good job of keeping me in line and seeing that I did the right things. If you want to blame anybody for the wrestling, the coaching, you can blame Smash Morgan, who I did my student teaching with, and he decided I had to stay after school to go to the wrestling room with him and the team. And Paul Velez, who I got to be an assistant football coach with. He would come down as an official when I was at North Burton, and after the matches, he would come down. He would come over to the house and say, okay, move furniture, get me down the road and start showing me what the team was doing wrong. I'd go to school and run burns on my knees and face it. But it was to these guys that really got me involved here. I've had an awful lot of good help. I wouldn't be here today. And I've seen some faces, and I'd love to talk to all of you later. But I've got to get down to some people that I really need to thank, and that's my family. So at this time, I know you're tired of sitting. Stand up. All of you. Come on. My extended family is the wrestlers back there and football players, so they're good with too. John, your family, get up. Yeah, the last person who's had to put up with me most recently. Yeah, they're going to make you stand, I guess. Because my lovely young bride stand up there. Lorraine. she's had to go through the past 15 years. She's had to go through this old coach retiring, going back, retiring, going back, and finally retiring. She said, that's enough. Well, like the other people who then retire, she finally said, Pat, you need to get out and get a job. You're driving me crazy. I tried everything from selling shoes, selling sporting goods, all that sort of stuff. I found out I'm not a good salesman. I could recruit, but I can't sell. Okay. Thank you very much for this honor. I know I've been on and on, but this place is just wonderful. The kids we turn out, the success of all of them, and I thank you very much.